you have been calling and asking me some really great questions regarding the real estate lawsuits that you're hearing so much about. So I wanted to get in front of the sensationalized headlines with some truth from the front lines. Now, if you've known me for a while, you know I rarely, if ever, weigh in on news topics or controversial or political issues, but you probably also know that I cannot abide false information. And there is so much false information being aired right now that I believe is very detrimental to the American consumer. So as your trusted real estate advisor, I need to set the record straight for you. Now that President Biden has aired his opinion on the real estate lawsuits, along with the clickbait headlines from CNN, the New York Times, the Denver Post, and so many others, I just want to give you the actual facts and real information, particularly on 2 points that I continue to hear about. So first, to quote President Biden as of yesterday, March 19th in Nevada on the campaign trail, in addition, last week, the National Association of Realtors agreed for the first time that Americans can negotiate lower commissions when they buy or sell their home, end quote. No, this is patently wrong. Commissions and fees have always been negotiable, Mr. President, and it's up to the client and the agent to decide what will be paid, not the industry, the National Association of Realtors, or anybody else. It's between the client and the agent, period. Now, these processes of buying and selling homes are so difficult that while the news wants to say very glibly that this lawsuit will change how people buy or sell, or as President Biden has stated, will lower agent commissions, in reality, the process of buying and selling real estate and the setting of commissions will continue to stay strictly between the client and the agent. We all hire professionals to lead us through complexity, and every industry has their fees for doing so, some of which are negotiable and some of which are not. And in every industry, there are people operating as low-cost providers and people operating at the highest levels. So you can do your taxes online for very little money, or you can hire a great accountant to guide your tax future. You can hire a low-budget attorney to represent you in court, or hire the best bulldog lawyer to safeguard you and your interests. Would you hire the doctor with low ratings for your much-needed surgery or treatment? Probably not, but you have the right to do that. You can go in whatever direction you want, and you always have the right to negotiate fees and commissions with those service providers. Same with real estate. Some providers will negotiate their rates and some will not. And I wonder if the lawyers that are behind and driving these lawsuits are negotiating their rates and lowering their fees. Now, second, realtor commissions are inflating home prices. Well, that's just false. And it's so disappointing that our commander-in-chief and the media, both local and national, can't even get this right. We keep getting depicted as though commissions are inflating home prices. Home values can fluctuate, and they're determined by the laws of supply and demand. It's really simple economics. That is why during the economic and housing bust of 2008, housing prices deflated. Demand was soft, supply was high. Since then, with the economic recovery, we have seen a housing shortage be created in this country that is very complex and long-lived. And now our high demand and low supply, plus the overdrive of the pandemic housing economy, is what is driving values. And here in Colorado, we live in one of the most desirable locations in the entire country, and buyers are willing to pay higher prices for the lifestyle that they find here. There are many more details that are yet to be ironed out, because please remember the courts still have not even approved any of these settlements. Yes, there will be structural changes that will more clearly help buyers understand the value of their representation and how their buyer's agent is paid. And this will be the primary result of the settlements. But rest assured, Colorado has long required buyer agency agreements in place for buyer representation, and our Colorado contracts between buyers and their agents and sellers and their agents have for decades now been very clear on who is paying what in regards to commissions. Colorado has led and will continue to lead the way on buyer agency. Now, as the old saying goes, while everything changes, everything stays the same. And at the end of the day, humans need guidance through complexity because we humans, we're complex. This is not going to change. And our emotions drive everything. And because these processes of buying and selling are so challenging, both intellectually and emotionally, buyers and sellers will continue to require the highest level of expertise. These truths don't change, that every house is different, every client is different, and the sheer number of challenges that clients face in moving through the buying or selling processes means they will continue to need experienced and wise leadership. It is always my honor to walk you through complexity to reach your real estate goals and dreams, and I welcome the opportunity to continue these real estate lawsuits conversations with you. I'm very happy to answer all of your questions, so please give me a call to continue this conversation. Thank you so much for listening and for joining me today.